back in 1965, a couple of young gentlemen came up with the idea in Japan to open another circuit in the nation's Sunto district. The idea for Fuji was formed on the back of a couple of informal meetings amongst friends, and two ideas from two particular individuals clashed together to create this wonderful circuit. And tonight kind of mirrors the same effect realistically, because two lobbies emerge into one for tonight's round 9 of the Mégane Trophy, sponsored by PowerMax Racing, hosted by NXTGEN. I'm JackTM53, your commentator for Lobby 1 and Lobby 2 tonight. First time it's been done in a very, very long time, and I'm absolutely excited to bring the action for everyone on this wonderful circuit in Oyama, Japan. And well, it's going to be absolutely fascinating to see how the drivers get on in terms of the mixed lobby. You can see a number of drivers circulating already during this practice run. The qualifying isn't due to start until 8:05, just to ensure we've got all the drivers in for the races, as Ruddo24 just skips his way back into the pits. So we'll cut to the next driver, which is Bruce Lee Harding, fastest in practice in terms of those out on track at the moment. But just to give you a rundown of the drivers that are in currently so far: Bruce Lee of Lobby 1, Big Madaz of Lobby 2, Duskiver of Lobby 1, Snav of Lobby 2, Silver Fox 40 of Lobby 2, Shadow Stalker DBS of Lobby 2, Sir Bursis, the championship leader of Lobby 2 in the Fuchs car so far, Warbeast 101 as well, he's part of Lobby 2 in that Garage Floor Tile Company car there, the Saudi Arabian driver. 1805 of Lobby 1 in previous times, he's done a couple of filler races so far this season, he's in that Miltech grey and red car there. There's NXTGEN Danzo and the Adrian Flux Lobby 2, P Gibb and Hirokram of Lobby 1, and there is one other driver who's just sneaked themselves into the standings there. That's Matty Rudd 28 of Lobby 1 there. So it's going to be fascinating to see how the drivers cope with this session. Going to be interesting to see how the Lobby 2 drivers, whether they can mix it with the Lobby 1 teams, whether they can get involved in the championship fights, and see how they all really get on in terms of racecraft. It'll be very fascinating to see the two sets of drivers fighting it out on the same piece of tarmac. There are no rules in terms of the race racing against Lobby 2 and Lobby 1 drivers. No one has to stay behind one another. You can't not overtake. Everyone's fighting for the same position. However, the points are being scored respective of the lobby that they're in. So for example, let's take Silver Fox 40 as the prime example here. He's in 7th currently. If he were to finish first ahead of everybody in the lobby, he wouldn't score 21 points for Lobby 1. He'd just score 21 points for Lobby 2 because he'd beat everyone else. That would be how it goes. Subursis as well, if he were to finish 3rd in the race but 2nd in the Lobby 2 drivers, then he would gain points for 2nd position. He'd gain 18. So drivers allowed to fight it out, which is absolutely not a problem. Evening to P Gibb, who's just put a comment in the chat there just saying evening, and see how their drivers circulate around this brilliant track. Really is fantastic. Its current configuration was developed in 2005, 16 years ago. The 5th variant of the circuit since it first opened in 1965, so been relatively unchanged. There's a number of different layouts for the circuit as well, and that really focuses on this next section that Sir Bertus is approaching, coming out of the turn 6 hairpin on the approach down through 7/8 through 300R, and completely flatten the Meganes, of course. And then on the approach down into Dunlop hairpin, there's the GP and the International loop. We're taking the GP course, which cuts through here, whereas other variants go straight on and much more quicker corner. Shaggy Scooby just commenting there, evening, pity I'm missing this tonight, going, so there's at least 2 places in Lobby 2, and that's going to be important info for everyone to have. So let's have a look at these championship standings then on the penultimate round. We'll start with Lobby 2 first, and we'll find the Lobby 2 Championship leader. Is he out on circuit at the moment? I think he's in the pits. No, he's sideways coming out of turn number 16. So Sir Bertus leads the championship. He's on 284. He's 80 points clear of Snav. He's got a very good opportunity of securing his championship tonight. But it all depends on the drop scores, so we won't be able to confirm that tonight, unfortunately. Snav is second on 204 points. NXTGEN Danzo is third. He's on 185 points. I believe Danzo is out on track. There he is. The number 44 car. Shaggy Scooby, he said himself then in the comments, he's going to lose a couple of places. He's fourth on 179. Fifth is Silver Fox 40, who won last week around Blue Moon Infield A, so good result for him. He's on 178. Sixth is Shadow Stalker on 175. Seventh, Big Madaz on 143. Eighth, Warbeast 101 on 102. He won the reverse grid race last week, did Warbeast 101. Ninth is NXTGEN Ultra on 95. He's not here tonight. And Chalk 12 rounding out the top 10 on 86 points. Everybody else has had a few other missed races or rounds outside the top 10. In terms of Lobby 1 though, very close in this lobby. Just trying to have a look to see where our championship leader is. There is Ruddo 24 right at the top. So far he leads the way on 263 points in the championship. He's really bounced back from the round that he missed. Second is Bruce Lee Hardin on 262, only 1 point behind, but drop scores will start coming into effect, which sets Bruce a little bit back, so he's going to have a good set of rounds tonight. He's going to have to outscore Ruddo for certain. NXTGEN Hirakram, we're still not sure whether Hirakram's going to make it into qualifying. He's in the lobby, but he's still sorting a few points out at the moment. You can see he's in the pits currently. He's third on 257, so the top three separated by just 6 points. That seemed a bit peculiar between the two siblings of the Rudds there, but we'll just carry on as normal. Fourth place, P. Gibb on 179. Matty Rudd fifth on 167. Duskiver is sixth on 159. JPH 99 is seventh on 145. Sadly, JPH won't be able to finish out the season due to alternative and personal commitments. Eighth, KZ2 Haas, who is out on circuit, I believe. I did see him. However, he's not out tonight, so did see him just at another circuit. Martin JLO 9 is 9th on 93. Jainio is 10th. He's unable to make tonight's race. He's currently in London outside the Shard, so lucky for him at the moment. In terms of those that are filling in tonight, we've obviously got 1805 and Jack CD. There's 1805. He's on 24 points in the championship. He's 14th overall in Lobby 1. And Jack CD is 15th on 23 points. And Jack's just joined in the motor drive car there. So will be very fascinating to see how the drivers get on. P. Gibbs still in the pits. Matty Rudd, Shadow Stalker, Hirakram. Just a couple of cars just getting out on circuit, trying to get themselves into a rhythm and a routine. Bruce Lee just overtaking one of his other family members there in the form of Snav. Snav going a little bit sideways out of Coca-Cola curve at turn 3. The Skyver rounding out the Lobby 1 drivers who are on circuit. Then it's Silver Fox 40 leading the way in Lobby 2. Just got 2/10ths to Sir Bertus, who's 8,000ths clear of Big Madaz during this practice session. Snav, there's Warbeast as well, Danzo, Jack CD, a Lobby 1 driver, and there we go. So 10-minute quali will start on the second lobby reset. Remember to finish the last lap and park up at turn 1. So that's instructions from Gibb to the rest of the drivers. But full lobby in terms of 15, which will be very exciting to watch. It's going to test the abilities of the commentators to say a little of it as well, with keeping an eye out on the championship standings between both lobbies and of course the fighting amongst everybody. And be very interesting to see how the drivers who were promoted from Lobby 2 last season, such as Duskiver, see how much they've progressed compared to the Lobby 2 drivers currently. That'll be an interesting find. And there we go, there's the lobby reset. So Pete Gibb just changing the damage, so I'm sure it'll switch back in a moment. And there we go, gone back to none. So Qualifying then, the old school form of qualifying is underway. That's Matty Rudd, I believe, out first of everybody, so he's getting as much time in on the circuit as he can. It is a long lap, this track in the Mégane. It takes about a minute and 40 odd seconds, so the drivers won't have much time to set cumulative laps. They'll have a couple of shots at it at best. So Matty Rudd will be the first one out. There's Ruddo, there's War Beast of Lobby 2, Jack CD, Big Madaz of Lobby 2, Danzo of Lobby 2 of course, 1805 of Lobby 1, Suburtus just getting a little bit out of shape on the exit of Daiichi, turn 1. There's Duskiver, Shadow Stalker, Silver Fox 40, Bruce Lee, P Gib in the pits, as is Snav, as is Hirokram. Although it's expected of Hirokram to not be out just yet. Snav now taking his moment. Wanted to give himself a bit of room compared to everybody else, and that is something that's going to have to be considered as well. You know, the drivers are under no illusions about the differentials between Lobby 1 and Lobby 2 in terms of pure pace, but it'll be down to the drivers to find themselves a bit of time and room to set laps without being impeded by others. And no one can get out of the way if they're on their flying lap, only if they've made a mistake realistically. But in terms of this track, we'll go and do a onboard. I was going to do it with Matty Rudd, but we're going to have only probably one opportunity this season to do it with a Lobby 2 driver. So I'm just looking to see, obviously War Beast coming down the straight. I think we're going to go with the Lobby 2 championship leader. That's Suburtus. Coming down this main straight then, you know, almost a mile long the main straight here at Fuji Speedway. He's got a nice slipstream from 1805 in front of him, so that's going to bring him up to 6th gear as he crosses the line just then. Up to 150 mile an hour. There's more opportunity to go up to maybe 158. Can he get up to there? He can. On the brakes into turn 1 at Daiichi, and he's gone wide at turn 1. And 1805's in the wall just coming out of turn 1. Suburtus is going to clip the curb through turn 2. Not an ideal start for Suburtus in any way, shape or form. Down on the brakes into 4th gear through turn 3. Just missed the apex, runs wide. The Suburtus, the Dutch driver, just getting himself reacquainted with the circuit. Through this sweeping double right-hander through turns 4 and 5, has to swing the car over into 3rd gear, down into 2nd for Suburtus for the turn 6 hairpin. Up a gear as he goes through the banking at turn 7. Very straightforward corner that one. Then through 300R here at turn 8 and turn 9. And then on the brakes hard into Dunlop corner, down into 2nd gear. Car flicks in nicely on the curb, a little bit sideways, but he gets the car manoeuvred really nicely through that chicane, did Suburtus. Then on the brakes into 3rd gear through this difficult turn 13. Sweeps around turn 14, and then on the brakes for next corner. 2nd gear left-hander off camber. Nicely done from Burtis. And then up towards the final corner here at Panasonic. Turn 16. A relatively fine end to the lap, but Burtis will be looking for more time, absolutely, following his first sector adventures through turn 1 and turn 3. But let's stay with him, see what he's going to get in terms of lap time. There's Duskiver just behind him as well. So that's a 44.9 from Suburtus. And Duskiver's got himself into 4th of Lobby 1. And Ruddo, Matty Rudd, Bruce Lee rounding out the top 3. Jack CD on his return for the first time since Willow Springs. Motor drive car, very nice livery, the number 93. Really does stand out, the orange against the white and black. And Jack just 1.4 off the initial pace set by Ruddo 24. And Ruddo following his sibling there. So getting a nice tow all the way down this section, but going to be compromised in the braking zone. And in fact, Matty, oh, a little bit of contact between the two. A little bit clumsy, but that's going to impede both of their laps, not going to help them. Bruce Lee, 1.1 off the back of Ruddo and Matty. And there's Jack, Duskiver, rounding out the top 5 of Lobby 1. War Beast currently leading the way in Lobby 2. As I say that, P Gib just pops himself up to 2nd. Great lap there from P Gib. And War Beast just runs deep at next corner. Very difficult one to try and line up correctly. Warbeast there, 101. Currently P1 in Lobby 2, 7th overall. Silver Fox 40 continuing his good form. He's only 200ths behind Saudi Arabian driver. Snav in 9th place. There's Danzo in 10th. Shadowstalker 11th. Bertus on looks like a better lap this time. And in fact, Duskiver getting a lovely double toe down this main straight. Let's see what Sir Bertus' lap time's going to be as he comes across the line. Puts him up into provisional pole for Lobby 1. And Big Madaz just moving out of the way there. Duskiver up to 5th with that lap. He's 1 second back. As is Bruce Lee trying to find more time. Matty Rudd 3rd, P Gibbs 2nd. Ruddo in a class of his own at the moment. Really competing well. We've 6 minutes into the session, so only 4 minutes left now for the drivers to set a lap time. So P Gibb there coming round the final corner. Can he improve on his lap time? He's 7/10ths back from Ruddo 24 at the moment. Coming towards the line. I don't think this is going to be an improvement, and it isn't. 4/10ths back. He's going to have enough time for 2 more laps. Then it's Matty Rudd in 3rd. Very close between 3rd and 5th in Lobby 1. Then there's Jack in 6th. Sir Bertus now leading the way of Lobby 2. Good effort from him. Only 3/10ths behind Jack as well, so very good effort from the Dutch driver. Warbeast coming towards the line, 2nd provisionally in Lobby 2. What can he do? Can he improve his grid position? Even into Jordan. And comes towards the line. Is this going to be improving? It is. He gets him back onto pole for Lobby 2. By less than 1/10 of a second. Good effort from him. Danzo doesn't improve, very close to his personal best, but not quite there. He's only 1/10 off the back of Warbeast. It's very close in Lobby 2. From 7th to 11th, so that would be from 1st to 5th. It's only roughly 2/10, 2.5 really close between those drivers. Big Madaz just getting himself into a rhythm at the moment. He's done a 43.4. Decent lap from him there, but getting quicker on each lap so far. Jack CD moves up into 3rd position. Whilst we've been talking, that's Shadowstalker moving up a few spots as well. And Bertus is still looking for a little bit more time. JPH just saying there, it's a shame he can't compete. He likes this track. He's done well here before in the past as well. Evidence has backed that up. But very impressive in Lobby 2 at the moment in terms of the lap times that have been set. You know, Warbeast provisionally pole at the moment as Sir Bertus just gets his line a little bit wrong going through Dunlop. It's still Fox 40. That's Danzo who's made a little mistake. Does the right thing, Danzo, just keeps out of the way. If we look at the time, Warbeast's only 1.6 off the back of Ruddo. I've got to say that's a very good effort. Snav 2 seconds back, Shadowstalker 2.2. So the top 6 in Lobby 2 fighting it out really close. Only 6/10 separates those drivers. Big Madaz there. Then there's 18.05. Has competed in Lobby 1 before. Hirakram is out on circuit. He's currently provisionally last of everybody, but this will be his first lap so far. Gibb in 2nd place, Matty Rudd in 3rd, so Jack CD's been shuffled down a little bit. We're just watching Hirakram for this first flying lap. And I'm looking at the lap time, and I think this is going to be the only lap he's going to get. Although then again, it's going to be very close. Looking at it, 40 seconds to go in a session. I think this is his only lap. It's 500ths quicker at the moment, a 44.3 though. Not what you'd expect from the multiple champion of the series. Swings it through turn number 13. Round turn 14, it's double right-hander on the approach to nets, which we're going through now. Turn 15 up into 3rd gear, nicely timed gear shift for Hirakram just to limit the wheel spin. Down through turn 16, up over the little crest. And what's this lap time going to be? This is going to be the only lap for Hirakram. He will be the first driver to cut the beam here. 136, 137. How close is this going to be in terms of getting close to the front row? Goes second. Good effort from Hirakam. His one and only effort, but he gets himself on the front row for now. Fabulous effort from him. Looking to find where the rest of the drivers are. There's Matty Ruddy's seen the flag. 5th place for him. Ruddo first. Here comes Jack CD. Can he improve? He's got a nice toe from Warbeast. He goes to 3rd. Good effort from Jack CD. That demotes P. Gibb down a spot. Bruce Lee is following Suburtis towards the line. This is important for both Lobby 1 and Lobby 2. In terms of the championship, here comes Bruce Lee on the back of Suburtis. He's going to pull out at the last minute, potentially. He doesn't. Doesn't get past. Warbeast still has 0.2 of a second to Suburtis. We're just looking to see who that final driver is on this straight. I say final driver, you've still got Snav completing a lap time as well. Shadow Stalker, the Zerkatech driver, number 64. Will he improve? Doesn't look like he will. He stays 13th. Snav needs this lap if he wants to keep any form of championship challenge alive. 42 flat is his best lap time so far. And his lap time is going to be not an improvement. Not an improvement. There's one other car out on circuit as the rest of the drivers are doing donuts, rather inconveniently for the cameras. I'm just looking to see who that is, and they've already crossed the line. It was Silver Fox 40. So it's Ruddo 24 who takes pole position for the whole lobby. Well done to him as he hits the back of, or rather hits the front of Hirakam there. And Warbeast 101 takes pole position in lobby 2. So good effort for those two. Additional points goes to those two drivers. Only half a second off the back of Duskiver. So only 1 second separating 1st from 6th in lobby 1. Then Warbeast, Bertus, Danzo, Fordy, Snav, Shadow Stalker, Big Madaz, all those drivers are in the right positions. 1805, lobby 1 outlier there really. And Gibb in the pits. He has set a lap time. In terms of where he's going to be starting, we'll soon find out. But Ruddo, an extra point. That's going to be so important in this championship. Because right now, the fight is between him and Hirakam. When you take the drop scores into effect, both of them have missed a round this season. Bruce Lee Hardin, who's 2nd in the overall tables at the moment, he has missed a few. He hasn't missed a few races, but has got drop scores to take. So not ideal for Bruce. He's going to drop back in terms of the final round of the championship. A great effort from Jack CD to get himself within half a second. Really good effort. Just sandwiches himself between the championship contenders. Matty Rudd there in 5th place, Duskiver in 6th. In terms of now what's happening, obviously we're using the old style format of qualifying. It's P. Gibb who's hosting tonight's event, so he has to set the grid manually in terms of where everyone needs to be in their respective lobbies. We watch the drivers just doing a couple of donuts down at the base of turn 1. Bertus going for the reverse variant of Fuji Speedway, not seen since the tractors were laying the tarmac. So unique opportunity to see the circuit in reverse. Not something that we'd normally see. P. Gibbs saying whoever's in the pits exit, so I know where you should be on the grid. P. Gibb, you are the only person in the pits, if you're listening. And Hirakam saying yes, it is you. So P. Gibb is actually causing his own problems there, which is a unique development, to say little of it. As we wait for the round to get underway. Yeah, a couple of people saying that, yeah, in the comments there, all just pointing out, P. Gibb, it is actually you. And there we go, getting everything sorted and set up. That's Ruddo on pole. Warbeast on pole for Lobby 2. Going to be fascinating now in terms of the drivers. 20 minutes for this first race, and the final has begun. There's going to be a few more seconds, and here we go then, into the race. So, Lobby 1 and Lobby 2 merge for the first time, and it's Ruddo24 on pole position, that black and red Geisen car. Hirakram on the left in that green and white Joyce design car. Look out further back in terms of the fight for Lobby 2. Warbeast is on pole position there, but there's 20 minutes on the right hand side, and you can see the lights will be starting shortly. And the race is live from Fuji Speedway. Who gets the best start as they approach turn 1? Ruddo immediately goes defensive, but he's got a great launch. It's Jack CD putting pressure on Hirakram. Looking the movers in the background. Warbeast has gone flying up the inside of turn 1. He's going to hit the side of Jack CD, and he takes them both off at turn 1. Warbeast caught out on the brakes. Pole position man of Lobby 2, and that's snapped round into the wall. He's just kept it in a straight line. He might get back on circuit. He does. But that is unfortunate for him. That's not helped. Ruddo and Hirakram, though, taking the advantage that they can to try and break away. Bruce Lee's in third. He's managed to get out of that unscathed. Matty Rudd's fourth. P. Gibb fifth. There's Suburtus in sixth place, but first in Lobby 2. So great effort for him. Skiver's dropped the position. 18.05's in 8th. Silver Fox Ford is 9th. He's side by side with Jack CD trying to recover from the incident with Warbeast at turn 1. Not ideal as they go line astern down towards the Dunlop hairpin at turn 10. Jack CD trying to go around the outside, or rather defending from NXTGEN Danzo. And this Shadow Stalker, Big Madaz 13th, Warbeast's 14th. Snav's just about caught onto the back of the group. That'll be important for the slipstream, but Ruddo defending heavily from Hirakram currently. Matty Rudd's right there, P. Gibbs right there, Bursis putting a good showing in for Lobby 2 in the opening lap to Skiver. 18.05, Silver Fox 40. Jack CD rounds out the top 10. But this is where it starts. The slipstreaming will commence now. This massive long straight, 800 metres long. And Hirakram right in the slipstream. You just see Bruce Lee Harden tracking Hirakram as well as they approach turn 1. Hirakram trying to go to the inside line. He gets squeezed against the wall. Late manoeuvre by Ruddo, but all within the rules. Almost going free wide into turn 1, and Bruce Lee trying to go around the outside. Can he get the momentum off the line? And the corner he can't. Has to slot in behind. It's now Hirakram looking to the outside line at Coca-Cola corner. Going to be difficult to go around the outside. Sure enough, he slots in just behind. Matty Rudd, P. Gibb right there as well. Then it's Burtis leading Lobby 2. To Skiver then in 7th, 18.05 8th, Jack CD 9th. He's got past Silver Fox 40 down the straight. Danzo, Shadowstalker, Warbeast will be kicking himself after that mistake from earlier. And there's Big Madaz in 14th. And Snav won't be happy about his turn 1 shenanigans. The ITG car, he's down in 15th. Ruddo still defending. The top 5 of Lobby 1 have broken away. And Ruddo just pushing Hirakram out wide. Bruce Lee trying to find a way through. It's all action in the opening few minutes. Oh, touching the tail from P. Gibb into Matty Rudd. Won't compromise them too much. The slipstream corridor that P. Gibb will have will give him a chance to catch right back up to this lead fight. Burtis ahead of Skiver. Skiver will be a bit frustrated at the turn 1 incident, because he realistically would want to be in that slipstream queue as 18.05 gets his line slightly wrong. Oh, P. Gibbs going to go sideways. He's just about held the car. I think he got on the curb on the outside, and Bursis will probably get past him before they get to turn 1. But look at this here. Bruce Lee just hitting the back of Ruddo and just putting him in front of Hirakram. He knows that Hirakram can escape if he's on his own at the front. Watching on board with Matty Rudd. There's a contact between the two. Matty Rudd's going to hit the back of Bruce Lee. Just all about get through, but Bruce Lee's got the momentum to go around the outside of Ruddo, and he takes 2nd place. P. Gibbs somehow held on to 5th. Burtis is going backwards. Not sure what's happened to Burtis, but he's lost the lead of Lobby 2. Or has he? Let's have a look through. No, he hasn't, fortunately for him. Well, P. Gibb just got his line all wrong, and that might be game over for his fight for the first position. Still seeking that maiden win, of course, in the championship. Duskiver following him. He's got someone to work with now to try and catch the leading quartet. As 1805, Jack CD just making his way back through the field. There's Bertus, Silver Fox 4D, Shadow Stalker, Danzo and Warbeaster together on circuit. Here comes Warbeaster to the inside at turn 10, breaks a lot later. Always run a little bit deep. Danzo trying to go up for the switchback and he gets the move complete. Good overtake from the Adrian Flux car. He's in 12th. 12th place currently, but that is a good fight. And that's 1805 on the gravel. Going into next corner. It's a very huge scrap going on for 6th, or rather 7th place at the moment. Oh, Jack CD getting it all wrong with Suburtus. All a little bit clumsy, really. Doesn't need to be going on. There's a very good fight at the moment between the interlobbies. Bertus leads lobby 2, Silver Fox 4D second. Shadow Stalker on for a podium right now. In lobby 2, let's just cut forward, because that's Bruce Lee under pressure from Hirakram. Hirakram trying to go around the outside. Bruce Lee will have the inside line coming out of turn 2, and he's just about got his car in front. I don't think Hirakram's going to try a lunge up the inside of Coca-Cola curve, and he doesn't. Just slots in behind. Stays in 3rd place for the time being, but look at Ruddo pulling away. How important is this for the championship? And Hirakram knows it. He's just hit the back of Bruce Lee. Just incidentally. Matty Rudd just trying to hang on to this group. P. Gibb there in 5th. He's pulled away from Duskiver. Jack CD now. He's got past the lobby 2 cars. He's in 7th. Oh, and Bertus is under pressure from Silver Fox 40. The infighting between lobby 1 and 2 there's really put Bertus' nose out of joint. He's under pressure now going into turn 10. Down on the outside is Silver Fox 40. Can't quite make that one work. Has a nice line there though from Silver Fox, nice and tidy. Just couldn't quite get the momentum off the corner as he would have wanted. There's 1805. Has in the past been in lobby 2 as he just gets on the curb coming out of turn 14. And that's looking like an opportunity for Shadow Stalker to make himself known in the top 10. Will be still there in 4th position in the lobby. 5th is Danzo, 6th Snav. Big Madaz just there in 7th. But great fighting so far. Ruddo's got a 1.1 second gap to Bruce Lee, who's gapped Hirakram in coincidentally, but look at the movement in the background. Bertus 40. And it's 1805. Here comes Shadow Stalker for a move at turn 1. It's going to go to the inside line of 1805. Breaks it about the right time. 1805 scared himself off the circuit almost. And that is Shadow Stalker inside the top 10, and he's got a clear run to try and attack Bertus and 40. Now, this season I'm unaware in terms of the race winners through the season, but I don't know if Shadow Stalker's won a race this season. He did very well in lobby 2 around here last season during qualifying. It was a very good effort. Can he make an impression on the front 2 in the lobby? We'll soon find out, but he's got to try and deal with 1805 first. And Warbeast is also now on his way back through the field. Danzo's taking Snav and Big Madaz with him. But Ruddo still leading the way. Hirakram's caught onto the back of Bruce Lee Hardin for 2nd place overall. And you can see Hirakram taking different lines through nets. Been a good showing from Ruddo at the front, but he needs to try and pull away. Nice exit from Hirakram. It's going to give him a great opportunity to get past Bruce Lee. Look how defensive Bruce Lee goes immediately. Hirakram trying to go to the inside line. Will Bruce try and cover the inside line? He's going to have to give room at this point. It's on the inside of almost where the guttering is. Hirakram's forced his way through. Fastest lap of the race as well from the multiple champion. On the brakes down into turn 1. Hirakram should get this stopped in time. He does, and covers the inside line off. So that is Hirakram up into 2nd. 1.5 the gap between himself and Ruddo. He's had a nice few laps at the front. But Hirakram, despite only setting 1 lap in qualifying, is right there in terms of pace. looking imperious so far. Matty Rudd in 4th place. He's been caught by P. Gibb. P. Gibb's pace really impressive after his mistake earlier. Just half a second back from Matty Rudd, so there might be a chance there for him. Jack in 6th. Deskyver in 7th place. Then Burtis a little bit further back, but he's got Silver Fox 40 inside. And I think Silver Fox went a little bit sideways there. That's just cost him. Warbeast is up into 3rd position. He's got past Shadowstalker. Look at Warbeast. After his mistake at turn 1, he's right back in the thick of the action. Jordan just confirming in the comments there, he hasn't had a race win so far this season as Shadowstalker. He's just been overtaken by Snav as well. Big Mad Haz and Danzo trying to take advantage of Shadowstalker's penalty, but Danzo just can't quite make his way through. A little bit of contact with Big Mad Haz and he's hit the wall. Danzo, fair play to him. Will wait up for the 3M car, but I think that might just rule their fight for a potential top 5 in Lobby 2 out of the way. Let's cut back to the front. Just see Matty Rudd being pressured by Pete Gibb. That's Bruce Lee Harding on the inside line at turn 1. Can he go around up the inside? Can he get a good exit out of the corner? Looks relatively neat so far. He's going to clip the inside curve. A little bit of quarter to quarter contact between the two. And Hirakram has to settle in behind. So Bruce Lee, good driving. Matty Rudd actually has got away from P. Gibb, so maybe a mistake from P. Gibb again. He finds himself almost 2.5 seconds back from Matty Rudd, so a big mistake from P. Gibb. Not quite certain what's caused that. Then it's Duskiver with Jack CD sandwiching those two for 6th place. Burtis is now in 8th place. He's got himself away from Silver Fox 40. He's in 2nd. Warbeast is flying at the moment, consistently setting the fastest laps in Lobby 2 at the moment, a 42.1. A very good effort so far, but Snav with the current fastest lap in Lobby 2, 41.8, set a number of laps ago. So Snav, had it not been for his accident at turn 1, lap 1, he would have been right in the thick of the action for a race win. He's still on for 4th though. Shadowstalker there in 5th. There's 18.05. Last in Lobby 1, 13th overall. 6th Big Madaz and Danzo 7th. Those two in their own fight at the moment. Hirakram and Bruce Lee once again following each other towards turn 1. Bruce Lee will just go to the inside line. I don't think there's much that Hirakram will be able to do. Bruce Lee just gets it stopped. Nice exit from Hirakram, but Bruce Lee just covers that line. See, there's Burtis, Silver Fox, Warbeast. No real on fighting around the circuit at the moment, but Big Mada's taking the most extreme defensive measures as he can. And now Danzo cuts to the inside line. The Adrian Flux car on the inside as they approach turn number 1 for the 8th time. And he goes through. And Big Madaz can't get round him. So they swap places again. And Danzo with his windscreen wipers on, interestingly, considering it's completely dry, clear in the Oyama region. Oh, obviously Danzo could see something we can't. I'm just having a skip through the field to see what's going on in terms of action so far. Burtis looks like he's being caught by Silver Fox 40. So still 7 minutes to go, which is quite a long time around this circuit. Or feels like a long time around this circuit. New personal best that last lap from Burtis, but 40 even quicker on a 41.8. And Warbeast quicker than him, so these three potentially have the option to converge on one another later on in the race. That will be fascinating to see. P. Gibb, since catching up to the back of Matty Rudd, has fallen away. He's got a penalty to contend with, and Jack's catching him as well. Bruce Lee and Hirakram side by side on the brakes into turn 1 again. Bruce Lee on the inside. Hirakram just can't get the car turned in. Needs to try and cover the inside line, and through into 2nd goes Bruce Lee. Heracram on the inside at Coca-Cola Curve. He's going to try a move this time. They're both giving each other as much room as they can. They're going to be side by side going through turn 4 and 5. Bruce Lee just holding his line at the moment. The tighter line. Can he get the car out in front? He just about can, but Heracram lunges it up the inside. Goes a little bit deep into the corner. Good switch back from Bruce Lee. And back into second he goes. Great racecraft between the two. I doubt it's over yet, because Heracram closing the gap all the time towards Dunlop at turn 10. He's going to try and go around the outside this time. Can he move if he can keep the car there? Because he's going to be on the inside for 11. Just gets it on the curb. That's going to cost him his momentum. Bruce Lee over the little inside curb on the AstroTurf, but he holds second position. And these two, 5 seconds behind Ruddo. And look at Heracram going for the inside at nets this time. Surely he's going to seal the move. He doesn't. He doesn't get it sorted because Bruce Lee's still on the inside, but now he filters in behind. Great racing between these two for second. Oh, huge twitch from Heracram outside of turn 16. Going as defensive as he possibly can, going towards the pit lane. And Heracram knows this time he can't allow Bruce Lee to go up the inside. He keeps getting past him. Outside line preferred for Bruce Lee. He's got the momentum, but he's not quite alongside. Now he is on the brakes. Heracram will just put Bruce Lee in a position where he can't get back through. Heracram should shut the door, but he doesn't. He can't quite cover it. So Bruce Lee on the outside now for turn 3 at Coca-Cola Curve. But surely Heracram will get it sealed. He does finally. Great action between those two. Really good driving. P. Gibb still 5th. Jack CD's not quite made the inroads I'd expected him to. For 5th. Deskyver in 7th. Bertis 8th. Silver Fox 40's been caught by War Beast. The Saudi Arabian driver has closed the gap down. Number 74. Just 6/10 off the back of second in lobby 2. Snav still there in 4th. Shadowstalker 5th. He's been caught by 1805. Better lap times from 1805, a 41.8 that last time around, half a second quicker than Shadowstalker. Sees that 1805 is just getting himself into a rhythm at last. His lap time's about equivalent to Duskiver. That was 40 going very deep. He's gone off, in fact, at turn 10. He's lost his podium second place. Still got his third place podium, but he would have wanted a little bit better than that. So now War Beast, it's going to be very close in terms of lap time. He might have 2 laps left. Can he catch Sir Bertis for the win? He won last week in the reverse grid race around Blue Moon Infield A. Can he do it again? Looking at the front, Heracram's pulled away from Bruce Lee hard and he's breaking that toe if he can. That's going to be frustrating for Bruce because he knows he needs to try and outscore Heracram realistically. That's not going to help his championship challenge. It's Matty Rudd and P. Gibb. P. Gibb closing a gap of 40.5 from P. Gibb and the fastest personal first sector so far of anyone, so really good effort in the opening couple of corners. Jack CD still in 6th, Duskiver 7th, Bertis in 8th. Not had too much pressure to contend with Bertis in the last few laps. He's got 2 laps to go. War Beast was quicker than him last time around by 4/10. Silver Fox still there. Snav 4th, 1805 has dropped back into the clutches of Shadowstalker. Danzo and Big Mad are still having their fight as well on circuit. But good action so far. Both lobbies providing entertainment. It's going to be fascinating to see how the reverse grid works out. Matty Rudd getting closed in again by P. Gibb. P. Gibb could be a dark horse for race 2. Showing very competitive pace. Just needs to iron out the mistakes if he wants to take a race win. It's Jack, Duskiver, Sir Bertis. Gap is coming down between himself and War Beast. Oh, he's just gone sideways out of the final corner, and that is the worst place to have a huge amount of snap oversteer like that. You can see the gap just increasing towards 2 seconds. And the momentum he'd had in catching Suburtis, it's just been lost. He lost a tenth, and he would have been up had it not been for that huge snap of oversteer. He did collect it, kept it on straight and narrow, which he needs to do. But a race win. Oh, he's gonna make another mistake. He's pushing so hard. But I think that might be his challenge done now on this final lap. Silver Fox 40 been closed down by Snav. I think there's been a little mistake somewhere on this opening first corner from Silver Fox. Shadowstalker is in front of 1805 now. Those two having a good fight, and Danzo's just pulled away from Big Badass. But there's 30 seconds to go in the session. This is the final lap for the drivers. And we're watching Ruddo because he's had a fabulous race once again. There's a reason why he's the championship leader and attempting to stop Heracram sealing another championship, but he's going to come round the final corner. Is Ruddo 24 coming towards the line? He's still got quite a fair way to go, but the time has ticked over, so this is the final lap officially confirmed. It's going to be the first race of the night. Ruddo 24 who takes the win overall and in lobby 1. Great race for him. Heracram takes second in the end, with Bruce Lee in third position, gets rid of that penalty right at the end. Matty Rudd fourth. Jack CD and P Gibb, they've swapped places, and Jack CD's going to beat P Gibb to the line. Deskyver takes 7th. Good solid result for him. Well played to Suburtis. He's the winner of lobby 2. He takes first place there. It's Warby second. Silver Fox 40 rounding out the podium places in lobby 2. 4th for Snav. 5th for Shadowstalker in lobby 2. Good effort from him. 1805 last of lobby 1, but still has a good race in the end. 6th for Danzo, what could have been, after his little incident with Big Madaz in 7th. But that was a great race. Really good to watch. Lots of fighting in the middle. But Ruddo, your overall race winner for the first round of the night. Good effort from him. Got pole position, got away early on when Bruce Lee and Heracram started fighting. So that, great result for him. And well done to Suburtis, taking another race victory. Surely has his hands almost on that championship now, but it's still very wide open. In lobby 1, Ruddo gaining himself an extra 4 points, or rather 3 points on Heracram. I was going to say 4. But realistically, Ruddo gets a point for pole position, but Heracram got fastest lap. Warbeast just apologising about the incident at turn 1. Just outbraked himself. Caught out Jack CD. So in terms of the reverse grid, it's going to be for lobby 1. It'll be 1805 on the front row, on the right hand side. Second place will be, of course, Deskyver, so they'll lock out the front row for lobby 1. Lobby 2, it'll be Big Madaz on the reverse grid pole, and NXTGEN Danzo. So that'll be a good fight. They had a good fight all the way through, but we've got a few minutes before the action's due to recommence, and P Gibb will be taking his time trying to plan all of the settings and making sure everyone's in the right positions. Will be interesting to see who got pole position, or rather the fastest lap instead, for lobby 2. But yeah, 1805 just put a comment in there with Shadowstalker saying, hell yeah. Oh, it was a very good fight between the two. It was really clean, really fair. So yeah, just looking at the comments there in terms of the comments there, you know, Warbeast just saying who did I hit? Yeah, it was Jack CD mainly. He did clatter a couple of other cars, but they managed to keep straight and narrow. Matty Rudd just saying hashtag Bottas, obviously after what happened at Hungary earlier this season. And Warbeast just apologising for that. It was absolutely accidental. There was no malice in the contact. It was just Warbeast maybe just getting caught out by the braking, the Constantina effect into turn 1, as does happen around this circuit going into turn 1. P. Gibb just put a comment earlier just saying he's just getting himself sorted. But just having a look through as well in terms of the quick comments there in terms of the lobby chat so far. Apparently it was a last ditch lunge from Jack CD to get himself up the inside of Gibbo. So Gib won't be too happy about that. So just having a look to see. But yeah, very, very close in terms of the drivers and fastest laps. Look very good so far. A couple of comments from Lobby 2 just saying about, wow, the speed of Lobby 1 there. But it was good to watch. Was very fun to commentate on. A very unique situation. It's not been covered before in the Méganes with both lobbies being merged. But P. Gibb now the man trying to organise all of this together. But who do we think will win in terms of race 2, in terms of lobby 1, lobby 2? Jordan, I know you're watching currently, and a couple of others of course who always a pleasure to see watching. Just put a comment in, see how you're getting on and who you think will win. Just having a little play about with the mic settings there just to make sure it's alright, but in any case, 2 minutes before the race starts, as Gibb just confirms there. But will be interesting to see how the drivers who are at the front of lobby 2 react to the reverse grid in front of them. Will they try and make a lunge at turn 1, maybe cause a little bit of grief in the championship fight in lobby 1? They could do. They certainly could. They've got that potential to do that. I think that's Hirakram going the wrong way on circuit. Not ideal. Obviously during the race he'll be going the correct way. That's Bruce Lee as well facing the wrong way, but Jack just getting a little bit of practice in. I'll just stay with Jack actually. But impressed me very much so during the fight back. He was very unlucky to get caught out by Warbeast going into turn 1. Certainly wasn't ideal, but he's fought back well and I thought he showed some good racecraft at times to get himself back up to 5th. Beat P. Gibb to the line, but P. Gibb's that dark horse for tonight's race 2 of the evening. I really do think that if he can just get his consistency sorted and get away early on, 15-minute sprint, he might just be able to do something. But we've said this before. We said this at the last Japanese circuit we raced at in terms of Autopolis. Gibb was comfortably clear and he made a mistake. $15 just selected there. Everyone else will need to exit out on circuit. It's a whole bunch of drivers who are still in the pits, so they need to get out. Shadow Stalker just got his braking a little bit wrong into turn 1. Jack CD, much more regulation in terms of the line that was taken through there. Shadow Stalker just doing a few prescribed burnouts, maybe looking to seek what sort of start he's going to get. But everybody else was just waiting on. They'll need to exit, of course. Jack, though, taking his opportunity to just get some laps in, and there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. Should utilise his time effectively. I think 1805 is doing the same. Well, I thought he was, but he's going the wrong way around turn 3. Jack on the brakes down into turn number 10. Clips the white painted side of the tarmac on both occasions, so nice consistency through there. He clips the curb going through turn number 13, through 14, and then into nets for turn 15. Nice line through there from Jack, really good. The motor drive backed car, and there we go. Gibbs saying all ready, race starting. So the start of race 2 of the evening about to commence. Just waiting for that little final to come up. See the straight line speed of Jack as he comes towards turn 1. 159 miles an hour he hits the brakes at. Got to navigate the traffic, and Matty Rudd's not helped him out there while he's trying to get his line up. Warby's saying he can't see Hirakram. That's because Hirakram has parked it at the edge of turn 1. But everybody else is circulating or in the pits at the moment, so I can't see any issues. Big Madaz saying he's there as well, so maybe an issue on Warbeast's end. In terms of Fuji in relation to where we are currently in terms of the capital of the UK, London, it's about, as far as I'm aware, it's about 5,900 miles away. Quite a trek, and I know that one of the drivers in Lobby 1 who can't make it tonight, Jainio, like I mentioned earlier, he's in the city of London at the moment, so hello to Jainio, who's watching from his hotel just near the Shard. And Warbeast just saying, oh, he needs to leave and come back in. So a little bit of a twitch moment for Jack then. Hirakram asking the question to end all questions, really. Can everyone see everyone? Depends whether your eyes are open or not, realistically, Hirakram, but we'll see what the responses are. As Jack continuing on with his laps. Warbeast has rejoined. Let's hope no one gets stuck on the grid. Oh, Jack with a little bit of lag there. I think that was just as it's not entered yet, actually, has Warbeast. That's who we're waiting on to enter and get in. Hirakram saying he can't see Warbeast. P Gibbs saying it's messing with my grid. Not ideal. So we'll have to wait for a few moments to see if we can get this issue resolved. Jack currently on a personal best. And that's the Zerkotak car just skipping the chicane there. That's Matty. And Warbeast can now see Hirakram. (1805) saying I can't see JPH. That's because JPH isn't racing 1805. That would be why. I'm not going to comment that though. That's not the end of the world. Yeah, there you go. P-Gib just commented for me there saying he isn't here. So hopefully issues will be resolved. Whilst we wait. (18:05) only realising just now that JPH isn't here, despite having done a full race this evening. So Jordan, if you're still watching, you're that notable. Even when you're not racing, people think you are. Hiracram saying it's good to go. I think we're good to go, so there we go. P-Gib finally confirming it. We're starting now for this 15-minute reverse sprint race. All P-Gib needs to do now is set the final, and he's done it on cue. So countdown begins, and will Jack CD's extra laps during this impromptu practice session work for him in race 2? We'll soon find out. Race 2 of Fuji International Speedway starting in shortly. So on pole position then for race 2, we've got 18:05 on the right hand side, Duskiver on the left in second. Then a little bit further back at lobby 2, it's Big Madaz and Danzo in 9th and 10th respectively. But for the second time tonight, 15 minutes on the right hand side, and here come the lights. And the race is live for the second time tonight at Fuji Speedway. Let's see who gets a good start in terms of so far. 18:05's pulled himself slightly clear as they approach turn 1. A little bit of movement in the mid-pack. Here comes Jack CD up the inside of Duskiver. Can he make that move done? He can't. 18:05 sailed off at turn 1, but Jack CD might just emerge in the lead. He's alongside Duskiver. He's on the outside line, but he might just have the momentum to secure first place, and he does. Great start for Jack. He leads. Duskiver second, Matty Rudd third, P-Gib fourth. There's Hiracram and Bruce Lee side by side once again like they were before. 18:05's down to 7th. Ruddo, a little bit impeded, but he's got himself up a position. Then further back it's Warbeast, who is up into 9th place. Great start. Bursis is 10th, Big Madaz 11th. There's Shadowstalker, Silverfox 40, all swapping places. Danzo and Snav has gone to the back again. Not the best of starts, but it's Jack CD who leads the overall. And lobby 1 as look at P-Gib defending from the inside of Bruce Lee. That's Duskiver under threat from Matty Rudd, and Matty goes through. Hiracram up to 4th, P-Gib 5th, Bruce Lee. 18:05 trying to get involved. He's a little bit sideways on the curb. 18:05 feeling this is the time for him to get involved in the fight for the lead in the championship, and that's Ruddo up the inside of Bruce Lee. He's hit the back of Bruce Lee as 18:05, and that's not going to help Bruce Lee in any way, shape or form. Big Madaz though now back at the front of the race, but Warbeast up is inside at turn 16, but he's almost got the switch back, has he? No, he hasn't quite. So Big Madaz will just slot into the slipstream. Bertis will follow him as well. Silver Fox 40 in 4th place, watching the battle in front. Jack CD leads the way, Matty Rudd second, and it's Hiracram, Duskiver. P-Gib just gives Duskiver a little knock forward. Can Duskiver get it stopped and get the momentum off turn 1? He can't, and Hiracram goes through. Ruddo gets the momentum off turn 1. He's going to move into 6th. 18:05 in 8th place. Bertis leads. Warbeast has left the room. We're not certain what's happened to him. He's out. Man, he was fighting for the race win potentially in race 1. He's gone. The Big Madaz in 2nd, Silver Fox in 3rd. Snav 4th, Danzo and Shadowstalker side by side for 5th and 6th. Shadowstalker gets shuffled back. And that's Silver Fox 40 going slow. He was slow earlier, he had a little bit of contact before, and he's dropped down. Might get overtaken by Danzo as well. Oh, he's trying to shut the door, but realistically Danzo's there. On the brakes into turn 10. Silver Fox 40 still trying to hang it around the outside. He's still just there. A little bit of a door-to-door contact between the two. Adrian Flux's car all over the curb. They're suffering as well because Big Madaz didn't get the best of exits, and Snav just about holds on to 3rd place. Bersis is making his escape. There's all fighting going on for the front of the pack as well, because Jack CD's been closed down by Matty and Hiracram. Deskyver, Ruddo, P. Gibb right behind in 6th position. Then it's Bruce Lee, then it's 1805. Bit of a gap backwards. Looking to see how closely these 4 cars are. Shadow Stalker realistically on the wrong line. In the Zerkotech car, he slots him back behind Snav. And who will try and make a move on Silver Fox going into turn 1? It's going to be Danzo. The Adrian Flux car on the inside line breaks a little bit later into turn 1. Look at Snav up the inside at turn 1. He's going to go way too deep. He can't quite hold the position against Danzo, but he gets past Silver Fox 4D, who's ended up dropping another place. So, great move from Snav. He's up to 4th position. Now he's got Big Madaz to try and get past, and Danzo as well. That's going to be fascinating to see. But Suburtus is off and up the road. Oh, where's P. Gibb? He's dropped down to 7th position. There's Bruce Lee 6th. Ruddo's just got past Deskyver. But the fight for the challenger for first place is on, because Hirakram trying to go around the outside at turn 10. Matty Rudd just pushes him slightly wide. And Matty Rudd takes 2nd place back. Jack not won a race before in the championship as far as I'm aware. The Motor Drive car has a 1 second buffer. It's going to be very difficult with these 2 behind though, and Ruddo closing that gap down. Ooh, just a bit out of shape coming out of the net corner. There's Bruce Lee trying to go around the outside of Deskyver for 5th position. P. Gibbs right there as well. 1805's dropped back towards Snav, but let's see if the slipstream has any effect. Bruce Lee swings to the inside line, but P. Gibbs going to get a nice double toe. Realistically, P. Gibbs in a great opportunity to make it free wide here. Will he do so? Is he going to go through the middle? No, he jerks to the inside. He just gets closed off. And Deskyver breaks earlier because he's got his penalty to clear. So Bruce Lee goes through. Deskyver down to 7th. And 1805 down to the gravel trap, I suspect, which he's done. He finds that, so Big Madass goes past. 1805 goes past Danzo, Snav. What about Silver Fox 4D? Will he have the momentum to get past? Will Shadow Stalker get past as well? In fact, 1805, very friendly there, just backs out the way completely. Jack still leading, but it's Hirakram now pursuing him for 1st place. Matty Rudd in 3rd, Ruddo 4th, Bruce Lee 5th with P. Gibb. That was Deskyver running wide at turn 6. He's in 7th. Burtis got a nice gap now to Big Madaz. And realistically speaking, Suburtus looks like he's crowning himself as champion as it stands. But we won't be able to confirm that just yet. Big Madaz there in 2nd place, Danzo in 3rd. Snav in 4th. Ooh, just a bit sideways coming out of the turn 10, 11, 12 complex. There's Silver Fox in 5th, Shadow Stalker 6th, and 1805 14th overall. War Beast already retired, but Jack CD getting closed down by Hirakram. You can see the slipstream coming into effect. It gets more and more powerful the closer the car gets to the car in front. And Jack CD's under pressure. He's going to have to defend going into turn 1. Hirakram has done this a few times. Can he go around the outside of Jack CD into turn 1? He breaks a little bit later than what he would have wanted. And he stays in 2nd. Can he try and work his way through? Can he go up the inside at turn 3? Not quite. Hirakram with the fastest lap, but Jack's run wide at turn 3, and that's the momentum that Hirakram needs to go round the outside at turn 4. Jack's leaning on the inside of Hirakram. They're still side by side as they approach turn 6. On the brakes, Hirakram should secure the move, but it's a good switch back from Jack. Certainly not out of this yet, and nor is Matty Rudd. He's closing that gap down because they're fighting so hard. Hirakram sticks to the inside line. Jack trying to catch him out. On the brakes into turn 10. Ooh, Hirakram didn't quite get his line right there. Jack can't tighten the car angle up enough. He's going to have to use the slipstream. He's going to have to stay close all the way through the final sector to try and make a lunge at turn 1 again. 6 minutes and 57 seconds to go. It's all to play for up at the front of lobby 1. Matty Rudd's there Ruddo 24's just in the slipstream as well. Further back, just looking through, scrolling through, Big Madaz on his way to a podium as it stands. Then there's Danzo. Snav in 4th. Can he get back past Danzo for a podium position? He's got Silver Fox 40 pressuring him though. That's going to be a little bit more difficult. But what about the fight at turn 1? Whoa, Jack CD was just a bit out of shape coming out of turn 1. He's going to have to try and do his utmost to stick with Hirakram. It's going to be a real test of his ability to do that through such a long lap as well in the calendar. Swings the car through turn 5, down on the brakes into turn 6 at the hairpin. Hirakram with a much better line, and that's the sort of issue that Jack's going to have trying to keep up. The gap's getting further and further out, and if Hirakram gets that to a second, he'll be gone. Slipstream's so powerful around here. Ruddo knows it. He's trying to close onto the back of his sibling. And there's Pete Gibb and Duskiver and Bertus. Big Madaz still there. Danzo still under threat now from Silver Fox 40 for 3rd place. Snav there in 5th. Can't Bruce. Ooh, Snav trying to go around the outside. Probably not going to be able to dart one up the inside, and he doesn't. Let's have a look at this gap as they approach the 7th lap of the race. And here comes 2 seconds clear. He might be gone now at this point. Ruddo's up into 3rd. And a little tap from the sibling into Ruddo just to push him along, get him past Jack CD. Jack's trying to go to the inside line. That's not going to work. And the 2 Rudds are going to work together. Oh, but Matty didn't quite line it up the way he should have done. Now he's stuck and he brakes a little bit later. Does Jack? Can he get it stopped in time? He just about does. 4.5 minutes to go. And these 3 fighting over the last 2 podium spots because Hirakram is trying to check out. Ruddo looking to the outside at Coca-Cola curve. Probably won't work that one. Jack runs wide again. We saw that in his fight with Hirakram earlier. Ruddo's going to try and go around the outside. This would be brilliant if he can hold it there, but he can't quite do it. Jack runs his car out. He's super defensive into turn 6. This is going to promote the opportunity for Ruddo to do a switchback. He's underneath the 93 and try and go around the outside. Through turn 8, then through 300R. Outside at turn 10. On the brakes they go. Ruddo just brakes a little bit later, but he can't make an impression just yet. Look at Matty Rudd trying to get himself involved. And Pete Gibbs followed through here. He's just under a second now behind these 3. This is going to be a 5-car fight for the podium. There's a great scrap in lobby 1, it has to be said. Ruddo all over the back of Jack, but he's struggling to hold on as Jack. It's a great effort so far, but he's going to have to do this for another 2 laps potentially. Hirakram 4 seconds to the good. That shows you just how hard Jack's defending now. And Jack will be under threat from everyone behind him. P. Gibb also right there in the slipstream. This time Ruddo moves to the inside line. Slows down a little bit. They both tapping each other for no reason. Down the main straight. They don't need to be doing that, I'll be honest with you. And Ruddo's... Oh, Jack's braked a little bit later, but he's gone deep this time. He's not quite closed the door. And Ruddo gets through, and round goes Jack. Full 360s. Held onto it, but that's him down to 6th. And that is going to cap off a very frustrating evening for Jack, because 2 times in 2 races he's been around at turn 1 or impacted at turn 1. That's cost him a good result. Oh, where is Snav going there? What happened with that? Snav went flying off circuit. He's just about gathered it all up, but he's down to 6th. In lobby 2. That's not going to help him. Not going to help at all. So, Ruddo now in 2nd place. He's not getting fastest lap as it stands, because Hirakram's got a personal best that's 3/10 quicker than Ruddo's own. And we've got 1 more lap after this. Hirakram with a lead of almost 5 seconds. And he can take it relatively easy now, can he? multiple champion of this Power Max Renault Mégane Trophy Series. P. Gibbs still there in third place. Oh, Matty Rudd was loose out of turn 16, and here Bruce Lee just skates on by up to fourth. But realistic chances of the championship are falling away from Bruce Lee, unfortunately. But it's been a great effort. He'll still mathematically have a chance in the next round, but he's going to need some very big hopes to get himself a championship crown. A bit sideways off the corner there at turn 1. Jack won't be happy about what happened in 6th. There's Deskyver in 7th place. He's been on his own for both races as Deskyver, but this is a circuit that in Lobby 2 last year he didn't have the best of times around. I still think he's shown the improvements that the drivers have made from those that got promoted from Lobby 2 to Lobby 1. You could see his best lap of 41.4, a couple of attempts quicker than Bertus, and arguably more consistent, which is where the drivers are looking for in their improvements. But Bertus dominating race 2 at the moment, just like he is in the championship. Big Madaz on for a podium. What a result this would be. He'd be very happy, the free home driver, to get a podium. He's 6/10 clear of Danzo on this final lap. It's going to be interesting drag to the line between those two. It's Silver Fox 40, Shadow Stalker, Snav recovering from his wild moment earlier on, and an 18.05. But coming out the final corner, we'll cut back to Hirakam. He's done a 39.8. What a lap time from Hirakam. He puts himself right in the box seat for the championship for the next round. It's Hirakam who wins race 2. Great result. Ruddo takes 2nd. 3rd place goes to P. Gibb, a good podium for him. 4th goes to Bruce Lee. What about Jack? Will he get Matty on the line? He does. 5th and 6th. Deskyver takes 7th position, and I'm fairly certain this is the crowning moment for Subertus. He takes the win, and I'm fairly confident he's going to be champion of Lobby 2. But what about this fight? Big Madaz, I maybe have cursed him, because it's going to be a drag race to the line. Who's going to get 2nd place? It's going to be oh so close. It's going to be Silver Fox 40 in 2nd for Lobby 2. Danzo 3rd. I cursed Big Madaz, he's 4th. Shadow Stalker 5th. Snav 6th in Lobby 2, and rounding out the runners, 18.05. What a finale that was of the racing. The final lap was spectacular, but it's Hirakam who wins overall, and the championship fight between himself and Ruddo will go to the final round once again, just like last season. Brilliant. I'm fairly certain it's congratulations to Subertus. I think the points he's made and the drop scores, I'm fairly certain he's won the championship for Lobby 2, so well done to him. I give him a congratulations. But what a brilliant race that was at the end. Really was awesome. So that is it for round 9 of the Renault Mégane Power Max Racing Championship here with NXTGEN. There's going to be a big title fight next week, the final round, which will be at Red Bull Ring. Really looking forward to seeing how the drivers cope around that very quick circuit, but always promotes drama in the Austrian hills. But from me, Jack TM53, commentator, that's it for tonight's racing in Lobby 1 and Lobby 2. Congratulations to Subertus in terms of his championship victory. Well deserved. And a long time coming in terms of his performances in Lobby 2. But from the Power Max Racing Championship, it's bye for now, and see you next round at Red Bull Ring and wherever you might be watching the big wide world. Have a good one. See you soon.